My father married the daughter of a piano tuner who had two sons that were piano tuners. And it was during the Depression, and piano tuning was still a lucrative business because people who had money were not as affected by the Depression as those that did not. So he decided after college, graduating from Hobart College, and getting married that he was an accountant, that he'd learn piano tuning, which he did. And he tuned pianos out of our home for, well, until 1948.
Really?
And we actually sold pianos out of the home at that time. And I grew up listening to radio shows through the register in my second floor bedroom while he worked in the basement in the piano shop when I had to go to bed. So my whole life was around mechanics, repair, and then seeing pianos. And being proud of my father, I thought that there was no one better at fixing pianos or selling pianos. And that kind of stuck with me.
What was your dad's name?
Robert, that's the name of the company, Robert M. Sides, Family Music Centers. And it used to be Robert M. Sides Piano Tuning Service, and then it was Robert M. Sides and 48 Piano and Organ. And then when we built our big 52,000 square foot store in '85, we renamed the whole thing Family Music Center. And I took a big gamble on doing that. It was one of the biggest stores in the country in a small town of 35,000 people, and but we were very profitable and we could afford to do it. And I had a concept of a full-line store with lessons, service, warehousing, stereo, guitars, band, and piano and organ with a recital hall, the whole concept that is in pretty much vogue today for a keyboard store. And spent a lot of money and took a big risk, but my father was the one that really took the risk in 1948 when the war was over and he was losing his job as a time study clerk at a local manufacturing plant during the war, and had made a decision to trade his house for a corner grocery store that had 3 apartments and 1 500 square foot piano showroom. And we lived in the first floor apartment, which was about 1,500 square feet, and had a bell that rang anytime anybody came in the store. So I got elected to wait on customers, my mother got elected, my sister, and we grew up with the retail piano business living right around it. And my father tuned and repaired and sold, and then when I got out of high school, I bought a car, an MG, and got into racing cars and hill climbs. And then when I got out of college, I decided that I would not just help my dad, I'd go into the business, but he was very smart. He kept me on commission because he knew I was interested in cars, so he kept me on straight commission and said, yeah, you can work in here, but I know you're not going to be around Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday because you're racing. And I said, yep, that's the way it's going to be. And I ended up being a fairly good salesman. And then my father kept the finances under control and kept the servicing under control. And fortunately, he gave me a lot of authority to make decisions, and I spent money on things that I had no real knowledge of why I did it. I did it by the seat of my pants, which is one of my traits. I have a lot of tacosity, which is the knowledge that comes from your rear end, the tuchus. And that really has, I'm a big picture guy and fairly energetic. And that worked well. Then my kids came into the business. My daughter came in about, I guess, 12, 13 years ago. And she's a very good salesperson, very good PR person. And then my son, when he graduated from college, came in. So I'm really flattered that we're in our third generation, because it was my father and then myself and now my 2 kids. And Alicia's I'm the 17th family member, and my daughter's the 18th and my son's the 19th. And on the Fletcher side, my mother's side, the first musician technician was Amos Fletcher on the Mayflower, and that's where her whole side of the family comes from, Boston and through New England, working in the S.D. Reed organ companies and various piano shops in that area. So we have quite a family heritage, and I think the kids wanted to continue it, and I think they share my passion for the business.